Hello and welcome to Knit All the Yarn podcast. My name is Lisa and I live in Michigan with my husband and my 2 girls. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as 72 Stitches. And this is episode 147. I got my coffee in my scrappy Sunday mug. Peppermint mocha. I almost said pumpkin spice. I got this mug from Kay of the Crazy Sock Lady a couple years ago, but I will link her shop below. I think she has some still. She had an update with mugs a couple weeks ago. I don't know if she has any left, but I will link her down below. It's still quite hot. Today is April 3rd. Yep, April 3rd, 2022. Sunday. It's really dark. I'm sorry, the quality is not going to be that great today. It is very cloudy out. I think it's going to rain today. Yeah. This is my YouTube channel where I share my knitting, crocheting, cross stitch, whatever crafty thing I'm up to. If you are new, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. I've noticed a little uptick in subscribers. I don't know where you came from, but thanks for checking me out. And what else do I say? I think that's my spiel. I have 2 finished objects. And do I have 3 whips? Yep, 3 whips. I have a little bit of stash enhancement. What else do I have? I have reading and watching. Oh, we're going to do Stash Down. Hashtag Stash Down 2022. That is a knit along hosted by Bernadette Makes. I don't know if she's giving out prizes, but I just want to participate because I am here for all the knit alongs. This is a year-long knit along where you just knit your stash. It has to be yarn that you purchased before January 1st of 2022. And just knit whatever you want. You can probably crochet. Just use up your stash. So I am doing that. I have been going through, once a month I go through all my stats for you guys. So are you ready for Marches? I looked at this and I'm like, did I really finish? It says here that I finished 8 pairs of socks in March. 8. Now one of them was a shorties pair. But I pretty much, I think the rest of them had long legs on them. That's bananas. Okay. So as I said, it says I finished 8 pairs of socks and my sweater. So that's what I finished in March. I'm not going to go through all of the meters for all of those. The sweater was 990, which I thought was more than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like maybe 600 because it's a worsted weight sweater, so it's not a lot of meters, but I'll take 990. All right, so for March, I knit 3,038 meters. I'll show you here how I keep track of this. 3,038. So I just say socks, sweater, and then I kind of do, I had some scrappy ones in there. I had lots of scrappy socks in there. 1, 2, 3. I had 4 pairs of scrappy socks in there. Yep. So I am at, I wrote it down here. I am at 20,232. My goal for the year, I don't know, did I say this was a year long? This is a year long knit along. I set my goal for 50,000. So I only need 30,000. And I still have, how many more do we have? We've been through 3 months. So that means I still have 9 months. 9 months to do 30,000 meters. I don't know. I think I can do it. So, yeah, I just went sock crazy. I'm pretty sure one of those pairs, I was like almost done, but I didn't quite finish in February, so I just moved it to March. Because 8 socks for a month seems like a lot. That's what it says. And I'm going to stick with my notes. Past Lisa's very good at taking notes. So yeah, that's where I'm at for my stash down stats. I want to make sure that I don't forget that, since I only do it like once a month. Okay, are you ready for finished objects? Are you ready? One of these I'm going to put on my feet right after I show you. Yep, and it's the ones that I'm going to show next. I finished my socks. Oh, look at these. So these are my scrappy socks that I'm doing for the Easy Peasy Scrappy Sock Cal, hosted on Instagram by, I think her name's Jen, and her hashtag, or not her hashtag, I already told you the hashtag. Her Instagram is Everything Shapes Us. I still have all the links down below. Did I say that? I didn't say that. That's what I forgot in my spiel. You can find the show notes right down there in the description box. Click that little chevron thingy, and I'll have my Instagram name where you can follow me. That's where I'm most active. I'll have my Ravelry name on there and links to all of the yarn shops, bag shops. I'll have reading and watching down there. I'll have everything down there for you. So go ahead and check it out. Oh, but look at these. So these ones I experimented doing. I had a couple, this is all self-striping scraps, and I had some that had like variegated stripes in them. So I'm like, let's pop that in there, see what happens. And I love it. So I don't know if I'm going to have time to do another pair for this knit along. I don't know, we'll see. But I'm thinking about like mixing my striping and like my speckled together. So we'll see how much time I got. I have 3 pairs of socks lined up, so I don't know if I'll have time to try one more pair. Maybe I'll just try it, and if I don't finish it, it's not a big deal. This is pair number 4 for that Cal. Oh, I love these. These are for me, so I'm putting them on my feet right now. You guys don't mind, right? This one might be a long episode. I have lots to share today. So I hope you got your knitting out. I got my PJ pants on. I hope you got your PJ pants on. You're all comfy. It's Scrappy Sunday, so I need scrappy socks. And since I just finished these, oh, they feel nice. There's nothing like that first like feeling of putting on like a pair of socks that you just finished. Am I weird? I guess maybe I'm weird. All right, I'm almost done, guys. I have to do this now because I'll probably forget. I have other socks on, and then I get... Oh, look at this. You guys want to see my foot? Oh. All right, so that is finished object number 1. Finished object number 2. Oh my word. I feel like these are too pretty to wear. But I will wear them. Oh, so this is Mustache Yarn for Peeps' sake. I bought this colorway last year, and I thought it was funny. Not funny, but I cast these on. I don't remember when it was. It was a couple weeks ago. And I posted a picture, and then in her next update of that week, she had this colorway in her shop. So I don't know if anybody, it's probably not there anymore, but oh my word. I feel like she might have another round of this color since it's Easter. This is inspired by the Peep candies. The Peep marshmallows. They have brown stripe in between for like their eyes. And as I was knitting this, I'm like, I don't know what am I going to do with my heel? It's like, do I start with purple? Do I start with this color? I couldn't figure it out, and then I'm like, go into your stash, Lisa, and look if you can find a brown mini. And look at that, I found a brown mini. So this is just a row 1 mini that I had in my stash. So I can get, I do afterthought heels, and the row 1 minis are 10 grams, and I think it takes 4 grams per heel, so about 8 grams. I had a little bit left. I didn't weigh it, but I'm pretty sure I had extra after doing this, so just a heads up. And I do 5 rows before I do my decreases. So I thought it was perfect. It worked out. I love it. These are mine. All of the mustache yarn is mine because it's precious. I might wear them a few times and then I'm like, okay, I'll just give them to my kiddo. I don't know. We'll see. Might be a while though. And that is all of my finished objects. I finished 2 pairs of socks. Very good, very good. All right, I believe all of my whips, let me check my show notes here. All of my whips are new whips. Yes, that is true. So all of these things I cast on this week. I went crazy. All right, since it's April 3rd, I started my Desert Vista Dyeworks socks. So here's my scraps. I think I said last week I was going to do 2 pairs of scrappy shorty socks because, hello, got enough to do 2 pairs. I figured this was a good way to use up some of my scraps. So here, I moved them in 2 bags. I think when I showed it, it was one big bag overflowing, and it's unmanageable. Manageable. Words. I think I said it right the first time, and I tried to say it again, and I messed it up. So this is Bags by Awesome Granny. And this is how I keep my little stitchy markers. This is a binder ring. I bought a bunch of them on Amazon, and then I just put them on here. This is enough to do 2 pairs of long socks, since I like to do, these are my scrappy ones, like I said, so I have lots of stitch markers on there. I like to do my scrappy socks, not 2 at a time, but tandem, is that what they call it? 2 needles. I tried to go back to doing 2 at a time. That's how I used to do them all the time. And I am much faster with just doing 1 sock at a time because I don't have to drop the yarn and pick the yarn up. So this is how I do my scrappy socks. These ones are going to be for my friend. I'm making a pair for me and a pair for her. So here what I have. If you're curious about my markers, I will link a video down below. Here's the second sock. These are going to be shorties, so where the white ones, or where I'm going to place my heel. And shorty socks are like amazing because I do my cuff, I do a little bit, and I'm like, oh, it's time for the heel. So I feel like I'm going to like breeze through these really fast. So yeah, this is what I have so far. 2 at a time-ish, tandem, like I said. 64 stitches. I use Chiaogoo red lace needles, US 1.5, which is a 2.5 millimeter. For her socks, I did 15 rounds of 2x2 rib. And I'm going to put my heel at row, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I can't count here. So I did 4 rows of leg, and I put the heel at row 5. So that's what I did for these ones. Yeah, they're crazy. And I'm just, I'm not doing any rhyme or reason. For this one, it looks like I'm doing the whole repeat of each color. I don't know if I'm going to do that with this one. It looks like I started to do that. I don't know. I'm just going to go with it. Whatever I feel like. If I'm bored, I'm going to switch it up. So, and these are also going to, I'm double dipping. These are going to be for the easy peasy scrappy sock count. So for Desert Vista Dyeworks, it's going to count as 1 because you have to do 2. You can do 2 pairs of shorties, not just 1. For the easy peasy scrappy sock count, it's going to count as 2 entries because it's 2 separate socks. And that is that. I think that's it. I think I said everything. All right. Whip number 2. Also bags by Awesome Granny. I need to branch out here and dig through my bags and get out some, go through some of my older bags. These ones you have not seen either. Felici. Knitpicks Felici. This is Palm Springs. There's my Felici stash right there. It is April, and I'm pretty sure, I think last year new colors came out in July, but usually it's June. So I need to get in. So you're going to be seeing a lot more Felici. I wound up another couple skeins. So when these are done, I'm probably going to cast on another pair. My scrappy socks, I don't like doing at night because, 1, I'm tired at the end of the day. 2, it's dark out. So when I'm trying to plan colors, it's probably not the best time to do it. And 3, I just don't want to mess around with. Do I keep going? Do I stop? When do I change colors? So at night, I just want something vanilla. Just keep on going. Don't have to think about it. So this is what I picked. And look, I got a whole tube done. Look at that. So my daughter picked out this color. I believe this is, is this in their shop right now on the website? I don't know. Fall 2021, it might be. I know they had a sale. I want to thank everybody that DM'd me on Instagram saying, hey, did you know Felici's on sale? I did see it. I did not buy any of it. I'm going to save my pennies for the next round of colors because, I'm definitely going to buy those. So, yeah, I'm going to put my heel right here, and I'm going to do Dove Heather, the classic Dove Heather for the heels. So that's what I have. And I do have the second sock cast on. Here's what I have so far. They're not going to match. They're off by 2 stripes. My daughter said she didn't care. And I don't like cutting out any yarn if I don't have to. So this is what I have. I do 12, for this pair I did 12 rows of 2x2 rib. I'm going to do a cut in after that heel. I do not do waste yarn. I just pick up the stitches above and below that line and snip, snip. Chiaogoo red lace. I didn't say I used 32-inch cord. Magic loop. Cuff down. 64 stitches. Yeah. So I've been working on these in the evenings. We went to my parents yesterday to pick up my kiddos. I'll talk about that in life stuff. But this is what I brought for card knitting and knitting over there because it's another thing where it's like I don't want to. Scrappy socks with card knitting is probably just not a good idea. So I worked on these yesterday. So today I can work on my scrappy socks all day long. All right, that is all of my sock whips. We got one more. I'm going to show this one more time, but I'm probably not going to show it again because the actual whip is not in this bag. My minis are. But I just want to show it again because I love it so much. So all of my minis are in here. This is from Knit for Brains. This thing is chock full. And I'll open it for you. It's blue on the inside. And I have all my minis nicely in there. All those tags are, they are labeled. Oh, look at it. Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh, I really want to work on this. Tomorrow it's happening. I worked on it. I don't think I worked on it Friday. Yeah, I think I worked on it Wednesday and Thursday this week, and then I just didn't Didn't on Friday and I didn't yesterday. Probably not going to today. So, tomorrow I'm going to dedicate some time, oh my word, to work on this because I love it. All right, this is the Painting Honeycombs shawl by Stephen West. This is the little one. He has a bigger honeycomb. I think when you buy the pattern, you get both. Don't quote me on that. Okay, let's see. So my main color is Stroll white. Oh, I'm branching out, guys. I really, really wanted to do gray, but I thought with all of these minis, the minis are Dragon Horde Yarns and Yarn Cafe Creations Advent Calendar from last year. And their colors were very dark and moody. So I'm like, black is probably not going to work. Gray would work, but what about white? I'm so glad I did it. Now I'm going to pray to the gods that the colors don't bleed. I'm probably not going to soak this very long. Oh, it's beautiful. Are you ready? I'm just admiring it. I'm not showing you guys. I'm going to stretch it out a little bit so you can see. Oh, look at that. I thought this pattern was going to be so hard. It's not hard. It's just knitting and purling. Slip stitches. And there's some increase stitches. That's it. It's it. And then changing colors. Oh my word. So I am doing it in the order that the Advent is. So I have 8 colors done so far. This is only 2 days of work. I'll show you the back because the back's pretty cool. And there is, oops, here, I'll stretch out a little bit. Here is the back. The ends are all woven in. I'm using the Weave and Steven method to weave in all the ends. It was kind of tedious in the beginning to like, oh, I finished a section. I got to change colors again. But now the rows are getting longer. It's not that big a deal. But, oh, yeah, it's just knitting and purling and slip stitches. Now I really want to do his blanket version. I think he has a blanket version of this. But it's DK, and I don't have a lot of DK scraps, so I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Do I really need another blanket? So I'm going to have to get a stitch marker to put in here so you can see where I'm at for next week to see how much I got done. But yeah. I am using my Chiaogoo interchangeable set, US 5, 3.75 millimeters. That's what's suggested in the pattern. I have 4 skeins of this white. I'm hoping, I don't know if it's going to work out. I'm just going to keep going until my minis run out. So I don't know if I can get two sets of 24, or I'm not sure. At the end, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Might just say, okay, this one has enough to do a row, or to do a section. I'm just going to do that, or to do one of these honeycomb thingies. So I don't know yet. I have 24 minis. There are 20 grams each. I mean, like, obviously, like this one, I can definitely get another row of that. But when it gets bigger, I'm not sure. So we'll just play it by ear. You're supposed to have 55 of these when you're done. I have 8. So we will see. When I get further down, I might start weighing my minis, and then I'll make sure that I'll have enough. But that is my shawl that I was talking about casting on for like probably weeks, and you guys were like, just cast that thing on already. It does feel good to have another shawl and needles. It's been a while. All right, that is all my knitting. Maybe this isn't going to be a long episode. I don't know. We'll see if I get chatty. All right, we're going to go through reading and watching, and then we'll do stash. I finished 2 books this week. I finished Season of Storms. That is the last, I don't want to say the last Witcher book. It's with the Witcher book 0.6. I read it last in the series. I don't know why they had you read that last. I think if you read these in the order that they came out in, probably would have been fine. Okay, I'm still reading The Queen of Sorcery. That's the book I'm reading on my Kindle. I talked about that last week. It's the second book in the Pawn of Prophecy series. I will have all of the authors and all of the books I talk about right down there, so you can Google them if you want, because I'm not going to try to pronounce author names. I'm just not going to do it. I did try to read on my Kindle while knitting, and oh my word, I can totally do it. It was magical. So I got a lot of reading on that. If I do like a vanilla sock. Now if I do Michelle, no. If I do scrappy socks, probably not. But if it's a vanilla sock, I can definitely read without really looking that much at my knitting. I'm trying to practice that more. Okay, that's, oh, and I also finished The Maid. I started and finished that one. That one was very good. It's a murder mystery. Not too violent. So if you like murder mysteries, I would check that out. I like that one. I guessed who the murderer was, so it was an easy guess. If you are into, like, guessing who did it. All right, watching. Did I say we started watching Vikings last week? No. Okay, so we started Vikings. Wow, very good. Still watching The Walking Dead. Atlantis. All right. I have another rant about Netflix again. But I think the problem is solved. My husband was looking at something. I'll talk about that in a minute. So Atlantis Season 2. There's 2 seasons. Watched 1. Watched 2. And I'm like, it doesn't feel like it ended. I'm like, well, that's weird. Because the last season was 1 disc, and it had 3 episodes on it. Yeah, 3 episodes on it. I'm like, well, that's weird. So we looked it up online, and of course, there is 3 more episodes. Netflix does not have the disc. But I wasn't, like, too invested in it, so I was like, whatever. You can kind of guess what happens. But my husband was looking on, what is it? Is it Tubi? Tubi? He was just looking up stuff on there last night, and he found it, so we can finish it. So we will probably do that. I think that's a free service. There's just some ads in it. I'm okay with ads. So we can finish it. So in the show notes, I put Atlantis Season 2 finished, ? Because we didn't really finish it. But I think we're going to go back and finish it now, since we found it on that service. And I started Breaking Bad. I feel like I am probably the only person on the planet that has not watched Breaking Bad. I started it many, many years ago. I watched 2 episodes, and for some reason I quit, and I didn't go back. I don't know if I just got, squirrel moments, like, ooh, I can watch this, and I want to watch that, and I want to watch that, and I just never went back to it. And we had an extra Netflix disc, so I said, swipe, I'm taking that, and I'm going to watch Breaking Bad. They have all of the discs on there. It is also on streaming on Netflix, but internet. Yes, we have internet. If you are new, I do have internet. My husband works from home, and our internet cannot handle Zoom calls and streaming on Netflix. It's not strong enough. I gotta rearrange myself. See my jammy pants again. Oh, tingly legs. So yeah, so that's all we're watching. We did watch a couple movies. We watched Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds. That was pretty good. And we also started watching. We didn't finish it because it's like almost a 3-hour movie. We started at 8 and I was like, I'm tired. Like 10 o'clock, 10:30. I'm like, I can't. I'm falling asleep here. We got to pause this and watch it later. What is it? Blade Runner. Is it 2049? The newer one. I've never seen it. I like it. It's pretty good. It seems kind of like slow moving. Like, I feel like they could cut out an hour of stuff and just have it a 2-hour movie. But other than that, it was fine. Yeah. So that's reading and watching. I need to find a new audiobook. I'm kind of like in limbo here. I'm going to start reading Harry Potter here pretty soon when I do my scrappy Harry Potter socks like I showed last week. I found a bag of Harry Potter scraps, so I want to listen to the book and knit those, so I'm kind of waiting until I finish some of my whips before I can cast those on. So I need to find something to read. I put a couple books on hold at the library, so I'm hoping that one of them arrives. If not, maybe I'll just read on my Kindle. I might just do that and continue with that series. Or maybe I just won't read that much this week. I'll listen to my podcasts, my knitting podcasts, and my audio podcasts. We'll see what happens. Okay, now we're going to do my acquisitions. Stash enhancement, whatever you want to call it. I bought some DK yarn. I think I talked about this last week. Legacy Fiber Arts. I haven't bought their yarn in a long time. I think it was like probably last summer I bought some. And I'm like, I don't have any DK. I have one skein of DK in my stash, and I am like, I say I'm obsessed with DK socks, but you don't see me knitting it much. I think I did one pair of DK socks with Felici, but this is the 2 colors I got. This one is After Dinner Mints, and this is 75/25 superwash merino nylon, 245 yards. And this one is Sweet Shop. Ooh. There you go, Sweet Shop, same thing. So DK socks. I don't know if I can get, I'm going to have to do an experiment with DK socks. I'm going to wind this up, split it in half, and then I don't know if I'm going to do contrasting heel, like a probably Stroll held double, or if I can get the whole sock out of it. I don't know yet. My DK socks seem to be a little bit shorter in the leg than what I do with my fingering weight ones, so I don't know yet. But these are mine. Stash. And this next one is Kevin and Ray from Needles at the Ready. They made me do this one. It's their fault. It's their fault. What? I did it. They keep showing these things, and I'm like, fine, I just need to do it. Just need to get it. That's it. This is the Delicu Maker's Portfolio. I got this on Jimmy Bean's Wools. Jimmy Bean Wools, I think that's what it's called, website. When I did my show notes, I checked, they were out of stock. So I'm sorry if I'm showing you this and you can't get it, but maybe they will come back in stock. Yeah, it was like the weirdest thing. I just bought this like a week ago, and now they're all gone. So I got the olive green one. I will open it here. Now I could fit all of my needles except this thing. This thing will not fit in here. This is my shorty set for my sleeves, for sweaters and whatnot. I could not get it in here. I have 2 sets of my needles So this fits inside here. So I think this is my 5-inch tips. I have those in here. That's on one side. And there's pocketses. So that fits in there. So I have 2 sets of interchangeables because I'm crazy. I like the 4-inch, but the 5-inch is nice for shawls. So I won't open this up and show you. Oof. So I have all my needles. I have the full set. Now there's one needles that I think I put in my 5-inch tip. They won't fit in here. And they're the size 15, and I don't use those very often, so. And then I have, let's see if I can put my knee on here. I got my cords, or my extra cords, and then I have, what is this? This is my extra sock needles. Yep, these are my extra sock needles. I only have, I'm using a bunch right now, so I think there's 5 in there. And then I got I got 2 pairs of DK needles in there. I thought I had more, but I don't know where they're at. And that's it in here. I mean, the rest is, oh, and more cords for my interchangeable needles. And then I put my signature babies in there for when I do my blankie. Don't have a blanket right now, but I need to keep those safe. So yeah, that is my maker briefcase portfolio thing. It's kind of pricey, but it is very nice. It's very high quality, and I like that pretty much all of my needles fit in here, except for these bad boys. Yeah. I wonder, probably not, but let's try it. Just for giggles. So I have, this is my 5-inch tips. I took all the goodies out, so it's just the tips. Lisa, get your mind out of the gutter. I have these in here. And then, so here's I'm using my 5s. That fell. But those are my extra ones. I'm like, I don't know what to do with these things. They're my 4-inch size 15s. I'm like, will I ever use these? I don't know. I wonder if I could stick this inside this. Zip it shut. Ooh, I don't know. It's going to be kind of chubby. Well, I don't know. Let's see. Man, it's kind of tight. I don't know if that's good for the zipper. Get in there. Oh, look, it fit. Ooh, it's kind of stretched. I don't know if that's a good idea. I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, I could squish it still. There we go. Problem solved. All of my needles will fit in here, as long as I don't buy any more sock needles. So, yep. This was my splurge. I was having a roughish week a couple weeks ago. And I decided to treat myself. Treat yourself, right? You got to do that. So those are my acquisitions. Did I buy yarn? I think I did buy yarn this week. Yes, I did. I got my Raw One mini subscription that just got shipped, so I will have that. I don't know if I'll have that next week, but that one doesn't count because that was part of my budget. Also part of my budget was Freckled Whimsy DK self-striping skein. That was also purchased this week. That's part of my budget. But I did buy one skein of Night Owl Fibers. I got her newsletter and she had a coupon in there, and I'm like, oh, I can't resist. So I just bought one skein. I had 2 in my cart, and I'm like, I mean, this is all self-striping indie dyed yarn. It's like, well, I may have a hole right there. And then I got some here too. It's mostly my Desert Vista Dyeworks is like right here. And then this is all my Variegated speckly yarn, commercial yarn. This is all my Opal West Yorkshire spinners, Patton's Croy. I don't know why I'm going through my yarn stash with you guys. And there's all my Stroll. Pretty much all Stroll for heels, toes, and cuffs. All grays and blacks and blues mostly. Yep. So that's another tour of my stash. I already said that was all my Felici. So yeah, just one skein. And I believe it's a dyed to order, so I'm going to have to wait a while, which is fine. I got enough, right? Okay, goals this week. I would love to finish probably those socks that I just showed you. The scrappy ones can be done. No problem. The Felici ones, I don't know. Depends on how crazy I get with the scrappy socks and my shawl. But I'd like to have at least one pair of socks done. No problem. I'm not going to cast anything on new. If I finish my scrappy socks, I'm going to cast on another pair. So, excuse me. So that's the only cast on I'm going to allow myself. Because I got to get those Desert Vista Dyeworks socks done for April. So I can get them done, check them off my list, and then I can move on to different scrappy socks. Yeah. All right, life stuff. Like I said in my previous episode, we had these grand plans for spring break. We're going to drop my kids off at my in-laws, and then my in-laws, we're going to drop them off at my parents on Wednesday, and then we were going to pick them up from my parents on Saturday, so it'd be like 5 full days of no children. It was going to be glorious. And then, like, the Wednesday before spring break, my oldest got sick. I'm like, no. So, plans got derailed a little bit, but we stayed home Saturday and Sunday and Monday. And I'm like, okay, I think she was better at that point. I mean, she was still a little bit, but she wasn't like dead sick, like sleeping all day, not eating. She's still eating and drinking. There's no fever. She's just a cold. So I'm like, all right, Wednesday, I can drop the kids off. We'll have 2.5 days. That's better than nothing. I will take it. And then I got a text from my mom saying, hey, we're getting freezing rain on Wednesday morning. And I'm like, oh, really? I'm like, oh my word. So this was Monday night she was texting me this. Yeah, Monday night. And I'm like, great. I'm like, well, I don't want to drive in freezing rain, and I don't want to make you drive in freezing rain. So I said, hey, what about if I drop them off tomorrow? I know it's a day early. Do you mind having them an extra day? And she said, no problem. And I'm like, yes. So on Tuesday morning, I dropped them off. So I got 3 full days. 3 full days with no children. It was better than nothing. I took it. It was nice. I guess 3.5 days. I dropped them off. Like, we left here about 8:30. They live about an hour away. Hour away-ish. Somewhere around there. So, yeah, we left at 8:30. Dropped them off. I hung out for a little bit. I was home by lunchtime. Yeah. So that was my week. I did have some time with no children. I'll take it. Wasn't the 5 days, 5 full days like I'd like, but it's okay. And now my husband is sick. So I'm like, get away from me. I haven't got sick yet. I'm knocking on wood up here. I've been doing that a lot. My oldest got sick, and then my youngest has it, but it's not as bad as that. She had it. She's just stuffy and runny nose. No coughing, no fever, nothing else. That's it. And like Friday, my husband got it, and I'm like, oh no. So far, so good. Cross your fingers for me that I don't get sick. It seems like a sickness that I could deal with if I did get it. Not the end of the world. I could probably still knit with it. So, cross your fingers for me that I don't get sick. What else happened this week? Weather-wise, it's been cold. We got snow a few times. It was snowing yesterday. Right now it's just cloudy. I think we're supposed to get rain. I don't know, maybe it's going to snow. I am ready for some warm weather. I got spoiled by these 50s and 60s. And then it like dropped back to like 20s, 30s. I'm freezing. I'm freezing. So yeah, that is pretty much all my life stuff. Oh, I had a doctor appointment. I don't know, I'll share this. It was just a yearly checkup. I'm fine. No worries. I had to do the, yearly blood work stuff. I don't like doing that, but I did it. Maybe that's why I bought this. Did I buy this after I got my blood work done? I don't remember. At any rate, went to my doctor appointment. And she said, now I'm like, is this even possible? I guess it is. I don't know. I have the cholesterol. She said my cholesterol range is where somebody that is in the age of 10 to 20. Oh my word. A high five to me. Now, it's probably that low because I don't eat a lot of meat. I don't eat a lot of red meat. I eat, hamburger like once in a great while, like maybe 2 meals per month. I don't like eating meat. I mean, I eat chicken. I'm not vegan. I'm not vegetarian. I love cheese. I just don't eat a lot of meat. It's just not my thing. I eat some, not a lot. So, if you would like to know that. I don't know what the number was. I couldn't tell you that, but yeah, she's like, your cholesterol is of someone that's between the ages of 10 and 20. And I didn't tell you my age. I guess we'll just throw it out here. I think I'm 38. Yes, I'm going to turn 39 this year. So yes, I'm 38, and I have cholesterol of someone that's 20. So go me. So yeah, that was the other exciting good news that I got this week. And all my other blood work was fine. All my shots are up to date. I am good to go. So yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So I'm just going to keep on knitting this week. Knit all the socks. Knit all the shawls. If you have a question or comment, I forgot what I was going to say here. You can put it down below. I do love reading those. I thought about the Ko-Fi account. I am still on the fence because I was going to, this is another side rant, so I'm not done yet, sorry. I thought about getting that account so you can all donate money to support me, but I was thinking about getting a new, I don't want to get a fancy camera. It's too much for me to learn. I am not technology savvy whatsoever. It would take me forever to learn a new camera. And then the batteries don't last as long. And then I thought, well, maybe I'll just get a better, I have an iPod Touch is what I'm recording on. It's not a phone. It's not an iPhone. It's pretty much an iPhone without calling or texting. But anyway, that's what I've been recording on ever since I started this. So I thought maybe I would just set up an account, maybe get some, money to buy a new equipment. But it looks like the only thing that is better, because I was thinking about getting another, like an iPad, but talked to my husband and he said the video quality is not any better than what I have now. That's what he says. I don't know if that's true. So that kind of kibosh those plans because I don't know what to do with, I don't want you guys just giving me money and me just doing whatever I want with it. I feel like it needs to be for the podcast. I don't like doing knit-alongs. I don't like doing giveaways. So I just feel weird taking people's money and just spending it how I choose. I don't know. It just sounds wrong. But if you have any more suggestions for me about what I could do with that money, I feel like it's equipment or giveaway stuff. There really isn't anything else. So I'll keep thinking about it. If anything comes to me, then I will set that up and let you know. But as of right now, I'm still thinking about it. So, all right, we're going to end it now. We're at 50 minutes. Oh my word, this is the longest episode ever. I did warn you that it was going to be long. I hope you got lots of knitting done. All right. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, like I said before, put them right down there. I do enjoy reading those and interacting with everybody. And hopefully I will see you next week. Bye.